Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Grey Ogre Games Invitationals monthly tournament for February. We're in February, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside the Canuck, Felix Sir. Watching the match here between Joshua Tan and we've seen them before. Eric Xia. This is Team Zest. On Team Zest side, it's Eric and Ya Tiong is the other table. The other table is Jeffrey Chan versus Eric versus Ya Tiong Ju. So yeah, we've seen this playmat before. How cool. That's an interesting playmat. Yeah, that is an interesting playmat. I don't know. I no other comment. It looks very Japanese style. Like you see all the how the air is blowing out. It's very Japanese style. The clouds and stuff. But it's clearly a very Western comic type person. So Joshua here is playing Eldrazi Tron, right? Or Mono White Eldrazi, maybe? Or Eldrazi Tron, looks like. Turn 2 Thought Knots here.
That's the best you can start with.
So good. So good. Too good. Too good. Maybe take out the Vendilion, man. Even a Vendilion click, like, that doesn't work here.
It's probably going to be the Supreme Verdict.
Right? Yeah. No, he can't take the island. No, he can't do that. My pick will either be Supreme Verdict or the Vendilion click. Like, either one. But actually, the Vendilion click is not very good here. Yeah, Supreme Verdict. Maybe the Jace Mind Sculptor if, Supreme Verdict.
Especially when you can just play like Reality Smasher and just haste and get in there against Jace.
Yeah.
So all you care right now in terms of from Joshua's side is just not get your board raft. Yeah.
Yeah. So theoretically, next turn he can lay a land and then go, what's that card called? Reality Smasher. And that's 9 points of damage.
Yep.
Eric here is already down to 18. What did he take 2 damage for?
No, he should be at
20. Right?
Yeah, so it might just be an error on the life counter.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go rectify the camera. There's a lot of shaking. I'll be right back.
So given for Eric doesn't have any path or any Supreme Verdict in his hand, Joshua right now just really want to develop his board and try to kill him before Eric drew a second Supreme Verdict or ways to kind of slow down the clock that's being presented right now.
It's quite notable. The front of the store is quite cool. And then as you go towards the back table, like the aircons like stop working, and the back end tables where like all the X0 X tables are, like it's really quite warm. So,
well,
like, you
the rich get richer.
Yeah, the rich. Yeah, exactly. It feels that way. But that's the reason why that's happening is because there's 58. No, there's what? 23 teams.
23 teams.
So
that's
69 players in the store. We're not talking about staff. We're not talking about ourselves either. We get a comfortable space, albeit like a really hot aircon. But yeah.
But again, this is a testament of how popular modern and also team events are.
Yeah. We really need more team events in Singapore. I would love to play two-headed giant draft. We don't have that enough. In general,
yeah, it's true. Yeah,
two-headed giant draft is so fun because, what's better than getting one card, like one first pick, 2 first picks from 2 packs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost. What's that? Ghosty Hosty is saying 0x forever. Oh yeah, 0x forever. If you go 0x and then just stuck in the hot zone, then you can't play very well.
Imagine if you can do two-headed giant draft in an eight player pod, and you just play like
Yeah.
Is that,
No, that's the two-headed giant draft.
I thought it's only 4 players.
Oh no. Okay, so two-headed giant draft. Okay, so this is how it goes. Two-headed giant draft, right? Both of you open both your packs. So you are positioned team 1, team 2, team 3, team 4. You pick out 2 cards, put it on the table, and then pass the rest of the 26 cards to your left. So the pool.
Oh, so you merge the pack.
You merge the 2 packs.
So it's not like you pick one out, so you can potentially pick 2 cards from one pack.
Yes,
wow, that's so fun.
Okay, so there'll always be times where you open your pack for draft, and then there's nothing in this pack that I would take. That would drive me to a certain color or something like that. Or the rare is the same color, or the power bomb or the remover is the exact same color as the guy on my left, and I'm just going to get rubbish for the rest of the game. But in this case, you get to open 26 cards. You get to look at 28 cards, and then pick the 2 best cards. It could just go into a single deck, and then you pass on the rest. And so you try to form one power deck first, and then you form the other deck.
So the card that you drafted, do you then get to build a deck among all the cards you drafted, or you have to separately say this is for player A, player B, pool of cards that you drafted?
No, it's the entire pool.
Okay, so then you just build a deck off that pool after.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very neat, very neat.
Yeah, it's fun. Like two-headed giant draft is something that we don't see often enough. I think it's very popular in Europe, wherever GPI go to in Europe, they've always got two-headed giant draft, but not here in Singapore, not here in Asia generally. Back to the game. Wow, Joshua just lots of good stuff from Joshua's side, but he is lacking lands right now.
Yeah, after the very good start from a turn 2 Thought-Knot. But
real follow up.
Yeah, but he is at Eric is at 4, so
Reality Smasher.
Just a Reality Smasher will seal the game.
Yeah.
So the reason that Joshua wanted to path his own Thought-Knot is because he has quite a few of color cards in his hand. So this way, even though it's almost as if you're 2 for winning yourself, but it still enable the rest of his hand.
Yeah.
I believe he has a Tie Hollow Scholar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty good cards here on Joshua's side of the table. Yeah, man. Why wouldn't you, right? Just Tie Hollow Scholar. That provides a small clock, and you can even cast. Oh no! If you cast the Tie Hollow Scholar, you can't cast the Wasteland Strangler. Wasteland Strangler here not that great.
Yeah, and is note that the Strangler is not a May effect; it's a must effect, I believe.
No, only if you exile the card. Only only if you process the card. So if you process the card, you must target something, which is why it's you don't want to play it. Process a card and after that target your own Wasteland Strangler. That's pretty bad. Oh wow. Okay, so even if you take one Jace, he's going to be able to cast the other Jace, presumably. Yeah, what Joshua wants right now is just not Thought-Knots here.
A Reality Smasher, yeah.
That's all he's looking for right now. Lingering Souls would be very useful. Eric here would have to spend his entire turn casting Entreat the Angels just to provide a blocker.
Perhaps it was better to not take the Jace because it's going to get bounced anyways. Or it might be better to take something like the Logic Knot so that it take away that potential opportunity for Eric to counter it, or later on in the game, or you might just want to take that intrigue so that he doesn't get a blocker, because taking a Jace here does not do a whole lot.
Right. Okay. But he doesn't bounce the Tide Hollow Scholar. He's probably looking for a 1 mana removal.
which is very good because he has a 4 and Jace has a 3 counter. So either way, the TIE Hollow Skull is not gonna kill Jace or Eric. The most important thing is he get to put the intrigue on top of the library. Now he can miracle it.
Oh wow,
Which is
that's right.
very important. Why I was saying that
You
taking
take
that
the
Jace
entry.
have no impact. It should be either intrigue or logic knot.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, good point. Oh no, I think Joshua just realizes his mistake. Or slight misplay there by Joshua, but we'll see how this turns out.
And now even if you have a Thoughtseize or another TIE Hollow Skull, it would not help you because
You can't interact with the top of your opponent's
exactly.
library.
Yeah.
You need to like blow up their lands, and even then they might just I'm not gonna search my library. It's okay, leave it on top.
So all is not lost here. Actually, I think the right maybe just attacking Eric, put him down to 2, and then after you flashback 2 lingering, so you might able to somehow push in for those damage, because I think Joshua does has 2 Strangler in his hand, which means he can kill 1 angel.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So potentially he has a way to force through those damage, but the fact that that Joshua is attacking the Jace, meaning that it's very likely that the intrigue for 3 angels, it will just be too much for his team to handle.
Yeah. Okay. So Wasteland Strangler, I think he's going to process his card and get rid of a spirit. So
It's process. I think process is not a May effect, is it? I think it's a
no,
must.
process? Is it?
Yeah, that's why I said sometimes you have to have a target for Strangler.
I think the processing is a May, but the
Also, you may, yeah.
yeah. So you may process the
yeah.
card. So you may put a card an opponent owns from exile, but if you do, then that's not a May effect. So you have to target something and give it -3/-3.
So he could have capped one of Joshua could have capped one of the lingering soul token, spirit token, yeah.
Okay, so all in on the what you call it? All in on the entry the angels. He does get 3 4/4s.
Yeah, that was very hugely relevant because there's also a Mewtwo Vault in Joshua's board as well. So had he not killed one of the spirits, he would have exactly 4 attackers, 5 attackers actually, to put him down to 0.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 attackers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So still, Reality Smasher off the top wins the game.
That is true as well. Yeah.
That's what that's what Joshua here is hoping for. Let's see. Oh yeah, it does have another Wasteland Strangler. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, jeez. The problem is that he can get rid of one of the angels.
Yeah.
But
So Eric's gonna go down to 3 at best. But if you have to use all your attacker to kill the Jace, then
you're not advancing your board.
then you're not advancing your board and you lose your entire board by doing so.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I think a critical turn that Joshua missed was the TIE Hollow Scholar taking the Entreat the Angels instead. But
sometimes that's why Jace is so powerful. It's such a powerful card that people sometimes get to focus on the wrong thing.
It warps your perception
Exactly.
of the game.
Yeah. Whereas I got to get that Jace off the board, but whereas you could have think about maybe going for the win instead. Yeah. Because the card is just so powerful, and the precision of it is also so powerful.
Yeah,
that you want to get rid of it. Yeah.
So that's what we call there was this this idea that I forget who was the writer, not Price Memory, where like the reason why Jace was always so expensive, even though he's like banned in almost practically any format, is that we remember Jace as being like the most powerful planeswalker, so powerful that it got banned. Even though the power level is now on par with some of the other cards, but we remember it that way, and that's why the price maintains, and that's also affecting the way we view the card, like you just mentioned. That hey man, like this card is powerful, I need to get rid of it, despite not So, who is that? That's Solomon Poe on Joshua's right hand side. So yeah, Joshua in a bit of a pickle right now. He has to try to get rid of at least one of those angels. Yeah,
It's possible the correct play this turn is just to use one spirit to attack the Jace, forcing the block, and then cast the Strangler to kill it.
Yeah.
But if you attack with everything, it does not really serve. He just get to eat 2 creatures for free.
Right.
Which is I mean, sure, you do get rid of the Jace, but then now you lose your entire board as well, which is very likely that you're not going to come back from that.
Yeah, you lost your entire board. Like, sure, you get a new Wasteland Strangler, but not that fantastic. Okay, so does deal 1 damage to at least 2 damage to one of the flyers. Wasteland Strangler here going to.
So that's exactly what Joshua is planning to do. The reason that he didn't use a Spirit and use a Meteor Vault instead is to free up his mana potentially for next turn, so he can say top deck a Reality Smasher and cast it.
And now I have to worry that I need this other attacker that actually requires 1 mana.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wow, that's another intrigue. Yeah.
That's another intrigue. That's for 4 this time.
Yeah.
And yeah, whatever Joshua has been trying to do just has been totally negated by Jace the Mind Sculptor, and he's going down to a 2-turn clock. He's at 8 with 4 blockers on the field. And Joshua here just needs to get in 4 points of damage. And
that's actually a very, very greedy attack by Eric as well. By leaving only 4 untapped blockers,
it's possible that
it opens a lot of door for some randomness to happen or something top of the deck that you can lose to, because Joshua is at 16 and you have 20 power, so you just need to survive this turn and then just attack with all flyers next turn to win, or at least I would attack with 1 less angel.
Right, and then and leave up the rest for blocking. Depends on like what your opponent's playing, like shenanigans. Like your opponent's playing black, he's got Fatal Push for sure.
Yeah.
And he's playing white, so he's got Path to Exile. I mean, you see the Path to Exile on the top of the graveyard. So
like the worst would be they play a Reality Smasher attack. You think you can just like double block a block to not die, and then you path the angel in response. So you take all the full trample damage going through when he's only at 4.
Wow, yeah,
so
that's a good point.
So Eric actually leave himself to be vulnerable for that particular turn when he actually just can kill him next turn. Even through, but looks like Joshua did not draw the necessary card.
Oh well, yeah, that's how the magic goes. But yeah, I mean like. Of course, we can say like we have 100% information.
Exactly.
Right?
Like,
we know exactly what's happening on both sides of the table. But we are presenting, possibilities in which you play a little bit tighter, making sure that you're not dead.
I think it's very important for all of us, even for the pros, at the very, very, very top pros too. Something that they're always keen to do is to, when you think you have a game mostly 90% lock up, then you need to slow down and think about how you can lose this game, and prevent those scenarios from happening.
So every Wednesday night, like I do the stream with James, and the only 3 questions we ask is like, what's the play here? What's the best draw? And the last one is, how do I lose this game? Especially for somebody who is ahead. Like I think that's what separates the pros from just the rest of the scrubs like us or like me.
No, we're all students of the game.
We always think like, okay, when I'm ahead, okay, so we never ask the question, or we rarely ask the question, how do I lose this game? And you know, we see Joshua also, you know, that lack of foresight, that, you know, he plays the other Jays, and then he's going to brainstorm and then put the entry dangers on the top, and that's the way I lose the game. And then on the other side, you know, Eric as well. You know, what if he's got a reality smasher and then 2 removal? I would, you know, I ostensibly would have lost the game as well. So yeah, we have to make these considerations, or at least think about these things while you're playing the game, which is not easy, by the way. Like when you're playing a game, it is.
That's why it takes a lot of focus, a lot of practice to get there. If like for the viewers out there, I really highly recommend to watch some of Owen Turtwell's play. I think he's one of the players. I mean, he's the master of like control. Yeah. I think there's a lot of players that plays as well as he's that, but one thing that he does very, very particular well is to squeeze out those. If he's 90% to win, he's very likely to win the game. He's not going to make that mistake to let you come back to the game.
Right.
Yeah, okay. And I think that, like, the way that he played, that's something that we all very much learn from.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I love, or one thing I found when I'm doing the stream is that, you know, when I watch people make unintuitive plays, that's when I really question, like, what are you trying to do? And then there's always this edge case of like, oh, what if he draws this off the top of that? And sometimes they come true, and you see the brilliance of these players. Like one of them is like Chu. I'm not sure whether you met him, like Chu Heng, Ing Chu Heng. He's like, sometimes you watch him, and he just makes the weirdest plays, and you question, like, why, man? Like, what could happen? And then, you know, exactly that thing happens, and he's prepared for it. Like, oh, you're brilliant, you're a genius. So yeah, but I mean, we always have to ask those questions, like, what's the best, what's my best draw, what's the play here, and like, how do I lose this game? Because that's the only thing that matters. Because even if you're so far ahead, your opponent like just combos out the next turn because you didn't leave up open mana, or, you know, is just able to get in those last few points that are like 1 extra point of damage when you did not leave behind 1 lingering soul token just to block. You know, it makes a difference.
Yep.
Alright, if you're just joining us, you are watching the GOG Invitationals monthly tournament here at Grey Ogre Games. It's Team Unified Modern, which is not something that we get very often. Team events. We need more team events. Come on, what's it?
Even Modern or even Team Seal. Team Seal is very fun. Very fun.
Oh man, Team Seal. Okay, so here's my gripe about Team Seal. 2-headed giant seal is 8 packs.
Yeah.
You 4 packs per person. How is Team Seal 12 packs? That is unfair. That is not building in a limited format. The whole idea of limited is that your pool of cards is limited, your choices are limited.
Yeah.
But no, when you give people 12 packs to build three decks, you have 3 very, very solid decks. But that's what also makes it like really exciting, because you know, you have like you basically have one deck which is almost monocolored, like some mono red aggro deck or something to that effect, and then, you know, and 2 spectacular decks. So you're seeing probably the 3 best decks that you can make out of the pool versus another 3 really good decks. Yeah.
And the thing is, it also really depends on the block, the limited environment. For example, for Ixalan, you're almost like priced into always make, let's say, a dinosaur deck, a pirate deck, a merfolk deck. So it's not very creative to try to break out of that mode.
Right.
So it will be a lot more fun if we have like a format where, you know, you're not being pigeonholed and forced into a particular
tribal
particular type. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Into archetypes lah. Archetypes, yeah. What's your favorite? Okay, while we're on the subject, what's your favorite draft set? What's your favorite draft set so far?
My favorite draft set of all time is I actually really like the original Ravnica, and I actually also really like the original, not original, there's only one Kamigawa block.
Oh yeah.
I think both of those sets encourage you to play a little bit more long game or grindy game.
Okay.
So and there's also ways to migrate mana flood as well. So I think those 2 are very good trail of a very good limited format where it is not defined by did I miss a 2-drop and then I just get rushed down by my opponent.
Oh man, that's also that sounds very very familiar.
Yeah.
I miss a 2-drop.
And also the fact that there's something to do with your mana as you go
Right,
mid
as
and
you
late
go
game.
later
Yeah.
into the game, like there's stuff
Yeah.
to do. I remember I didn't play Magic when Ravnica, the original Ravnica came out. I took this like long break in between, but I remember people saying the original Ravnica block is a 14 land format because of the Karoo lands.
I think 14 is cutting it a little bit close. I think 15 is probably
15
right
lands.
if you have 2 to 3 Gurus land. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Man,
But
those Karoo lands are
yeah.
just awesome.
but that's the thing. Like as I said, like you can afford to not do anything on your first 2 turns, just develop your mana base,
Right.
and you don't feel the pressure that okay, if I don't play a 2-drop, my opponent go like 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, I'm just dead.
then you're dead,
Yeah. So I think those are very 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 good format where you get to play a little bit longer game, and but of course that's just my opinion. Everyone has a different take on it. One may say that the reason they do that is to increase the variance a little bit. They as in the Wizard of the Coast,
Right,
so that
okay.
because if you always go for the long game, if you always get to play grindy, and then the you can say the better player, the pro player would have a significant edge of just getting as each turn passes, making better decision, inching that 1%, 2% more to, and then it adds up overall course of the game, and they have an edge on it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, wouldn't you want to propagate that? I mean, like, you're talking about players who want to get from, yeah, okay, the newbie, the noob level to the pro level, like, but that should be something that you're cultivating from players. Say, okay, slow down, think about your game, you know, think about future implications of what you're doing what you're doing right now. It might seem like a steep learning curve, but I think it's important to make sure that players are in that mindset. Yeah, I'm gonna, my decisions now will affect how I'm gonna play later on in the game. Anyway,
Let's go back to our future games.
yeah. So Joshua here starting off with
A Leyland of the Void, which is something that I'm quite surprised that was brought in.
Thought not here.
Bonus here, but that's the only thing. Maybe Tai Hollow Scholar as well.
Yeah. Okay, that's true.
But there's just not. I felt like there's not enough implications beyond those two.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can play around it. I mean, like,
Yeah.
okay, you can't play around Thought not here. But you can play around like a Tai Hollow Scholar, like, just a bit more removal. You are playing the blue-white control deck, so, your removal is just like, so...
But it's actually doing a lot of work right now. It just blocked one of the Tai Hollow Scholar from taking a card.
Yeah. Are you, like, not warm here? It's warm, right?
Outside is warmer.
Yeah,
At
but...
least.
Can you open the window, like, just try to get, like, some humidity? It's hot, man. It's hot in the store. All you players who have not made it to the top 8, like, have no chance of top 8. Why are you still here? Well, go home.
It's because the team tournament.
Like,
you tend to
so
just
go
quit.
home as a team. Yeah, minor complaints, of course. First world problems. Man, I can't imagine if back to our round 1 conversation. I can't imagine if the air conditioner had not been invented. Like, we would not be able to do this. We would not be able to stuff 69 players in the space that we have. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of players crammed within, I would say, 15 meters by 10 meters worth of space. It's not big, but everybody's here. Like, everybody's playing team events, and you guys are team kopi peng. But you don't drink kopi peng. You drink the most. Okay. Alright. So you guys are top 2, right?
Yeah.
Top 2.
Good job. High five.
Good job. Right. Never play
Should be
modern.
playing.
Should not be playing modern and doesn't want to play modern. So, yeah, entire team of like just anti-modern players have just made it to the top 2. So with enough practice. Yeah, no, yeah, your burn player is just like, I've watched you on camera, man. Like, you should not be playing modern. Oh no! Both.
Got a better, okay? Beat Pichun.
You beat Pichun. Can lah, you can beat Pichun lah. It's Burn versus his deck, man. Sometimes it's quite easy.
Win
Man.
life. Radiant Fountain.
That's true. That's true. Okay, oh man, things are spiraling out of control for Joshua. Like his stuff. Ignore Brian.
So the fact that Eric has to path the Strangler there, it's actually like not too bad of a sign for Joshua, meaning that he likely didn't have like a Supreme Verdict or something in his hand. At the same token, what I also understand from that play is that if I'm Joshua, then I'm fully expecting a Jace to come down next turn.
Okay.
Because then what Eric is doing is trying to minimize the board impact so that he can play a Jace for profit.
Right. Okay. You
yeah.
can play a Jace. Brainstorm or Fate Seal. Prevent the Jace from dying, and then then next turn he's got enough mana.
Yeah.
Well, but the Inquisition is just looking quite silly in Joshua's hand. Oh, wait.
Oh, Joshua just drew, I believe, a Reality Smasher in his hand.
That's sweet.
That's very good.
That's a nice card, but the Inquisition of course like just not gonna be doing anything. Oh, Reality Smasher.
Exactly the what we spoke about there, because Joshua, the way that the Eric played this game by pathing the 3/2 is signaling that he might not have a Supreme Verdict in his hand.
Right.
That's why he's willing to play as a non-haste creature.
Right. As turn to second main phase, just drop that Reality Smasher. That's a good point.
Well, of course, we can be all wrong. Eric
And then
is
just,
just a
Supreme
verdict,
Verdict,
yeah.
Supreme Verdict. Okay, I don't play my Jace this turn. I'll just Supreme Verdict now.
No,
Fine,
not
whatever.
playing, I'm pretty sure he's not playing for at least maybe I think one popular because he's playing Terminus.
Okay.
It could be both, but
yeah.
especially for Joshua not knowing your opponent's list, it's safe to assume that he thinks
he saw a Supreme Verdict in game 1.
Exactly.
So it's just trying to play around the Supreme Verdict, which might be in Eric's hand.
One is definitely not. Can settle the wreckage.
Settle the wreckage. Blessed Alliance.
I have a very funny story not a very funny story, but big blow up story in GP Singapore just happened a few months ago. So I'm playing my opponent and I'm in an attack that I knew, okay, I'm gonna get wrecked really badly if it's settle the wreckage, and he did.
Okay.
The funny thing is, afterwards, because my entire board got racked, and then he just swing everything in against me, and I also have a set of the wreckage in my hand. So
okay, we're gonna reset the board. Everybody.
The thing is, if he just attack with like 2 out of his 3 or 4 creatures, just slowly maul me down, there's no way for me to come back from the game. But because I got wrecked so hard by his settle,
so he thought
he thought that like I got this game now. He just cracked everything, and I just like see the record this entire board.
See you next turn, man. Let's go.
So this is some funny moment interactions that.
Even better.
Yeah, we saw Eric there just get rid of the Mutavault because Cast Out is a really good card. Like, should I use this against his Jace and then beat in and leave him down to 1? What?
He win already.
How does he win? He doesn't have a Mutavault.
It's a Mutavault.
He's got 1 more Mutavault and that's it.
Yeah.
He's got Summoning Sickness.
It's interesting that
No, the Mutavault got destroyed. Field of Ruin.
Oh, it's a new one.
Yeah, there's a new one.
It's interesting that Eric did not just use the Gideon ability to kill Reality Smasher.
Oh yeah.
So it's actually much better that way, because you go to 6, go to 4. You only take 2 from the Tai Hollow Scholar, so it still has 2 loyalty counter. Now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now he just leave him to almost even drawing
a Supreme Verdict is not enough
because there's a Mutavault in play.
Yeah. Right, so unless of course he's got a path to exile or something to that effect. Oh wow, okay. So this game has gone left right, just has swung left and right. If we had the advantage counter and I think the advantage bar, and I think that's a really silly idea. What's he? Man, the guy has to go like, oh, switch. I wonder who controls the advantage bar. Like who says that the guy has advantage, right?
That's the production team.
The production team, like.
But it knows zero about
For all you know, the production team, like, they have to be very good at video and video production and like video telecasting, but they might have zero clue, like who, when playing Magic. They might just be like, oh, okay, we're here, we set up the cameras, we make sure all the mics work, and make sure everything is leveled and mixed out properly, but have zero clue about Magic the Gathering. That'll be really quite fun, and then you just like randomly do like random number generator and just like swing the advantage here and there.
Eric's dead.
I believe the Ghost host did mention that the commentators do have control. So it will be either the play-by-play commentator or the strategic one that's giving the insight might have that type of control.
Right, it's said by the commentators. Okay, that's cool. You mean it's just set by Louis Scott Vargas? Because I don't. Yeah.
So this game is very much in Joshua's hand, given the limited amount of mana that Eric is presenting. He couldn't even like cryptic tap the board and to try to stabilize for one more turn.
Yeah.
I think the turn where Eric decided to plus Gideon instead of minus to kill the Reality Smasher, it's going for that Terminus. Is it there?
No.
At least
Next
cry,
game,
at
okay.
least cry to the bottom, right?
Yeah. At least cry to the bottom and then like peel off the next card. Wow, flip! Nope.
He didn't look at it.
He didn't look at the card, Eric. But I don't think they're playing anymore because the other two games have wrapped up. I think so. I don't think we wins the game, right?
No, it's the
Joshua,
game too.
it's
Yeah,
1-1.
It's 1-1. Yeah.
But looks like they're wrapping up because the teammates have either won or lost.
Maybe Jeffrey's done, but
Definitely Jeffrey's done. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Poe's done and Jeffrey's done. So
Jeffrey's just helping around, right?
yeah.
Paul don't
Okay.
seem like that.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in maybe like 20 minutes time. So now it's a bit longer because we're going to the semi-finals of our Team Unified Modern. It's going to be Team Kopi Peng versus Team Zest? No, I don't know. Who was the other team? Corporal Klinger? No.
No idea.
I don't know. All right. Team XXX. And then who knows? Who knows who they are for?
Outside corner.
Yeah, I know. But
What we do know is it's going to be some exciting Magic to see. Yeah.
exactly. Before we go, just want to remind you that you can join us on the stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Singapore time. You want to watch replay? YouTube.com/GreatOgreGames. Yeah, you see at the end, by the time we get to the end of the day, like I get just like whatever. And then you want to find out more about Great Ogre Games Invitationals, GreatOgreGames.com. Remember, like, share, subscribe. If you like what we do here, you can support our stream by the links below. Twitch.tv/GreatOgreGames. Okay, we'll be right back. See you guys.